So there are a lot of older master grades that desperately need a 2.0 treatment, like the master grade Gouf Custom, because this thing, it looks amazing. It was pretty amazing in the was it 8th Mobile Suit Team OVA, and it has all the limitations that you would have thought of from a kit in 2001. Because while it is limited in terms of posability and so on, it looks really good still. Like, this thing looks great on a shelf next to any model. Where there's some that are like kind of goofy looking just because their proportions don't seem to be quite right, or they're sticker heavy and they've peeled off and they just like you need to paint them. This guy just looks amazing right out of the box. Well, granted, it's not a super colorful mobile suit, so I guess that's probably part of it. And they did try to remove some seam lines because these are like they're panel lines instead. So they did a pretty good job. I mean, remember, 23 years old. It definitely looks good still. Like the bulkiness of it. I loved how chunky it is. The head doesn't look nearly as goofy as the normal one. Cool shoulder spikes with a curved spikes. They just give it that edge. It does have screws too. This is back when they were using screws for joints, and it definitely helps keep this thing going after so long. Because this thing, I've had this for well over a decade, probably closer to 15 years, and it still holds up fine. Now, like I said, posability is where this thing does not shine. Like, head is basic, but the arms, it's definitely, you can definitely tell what they could do if they ever do 2.0. You can see the shoulder armor getting way out of the way to help. There'd probably be a separate section in the torso so you can raise the arm even higher up. Definitely would have a double elbow. That would definitely help. And the hands, they're actually decent. They have like a little cover in here, which hides the inner detail. And you have swappable hands, and they try to give you a hole to peg accessories in. Not quite right, because they don't match with the actual pegs that the weapons have. It's kind of weird. Super limited waist, like that's, yeah, you're not getting much. But that, like, the skirts are hindered, which means the legs are pretty hindered. I think the knees are decent, and the ankles are actually pretty good. Like that, they're probably the most posable part on the entire kit. So I don't know if they need to do what they can really do there. Maybe give like a foot hinge, like have it go forward or something. I don't know if that would really matter, but they could do it. And while that normal Gouf has the weird tentacle heat rod, this one has the heat wire. It's just a wire that you stick in there. You have an interchangeable little pad that has like 3 prongs stick out that you can pretend to attach to the mobile suit. I never use it personally, but it's cool. It worked well in the OVA. Then you have the what is this, like a machine gun, 3-barrel machine gun, which just actually, can you? Yeah, it's probably easier to take the hand off. I was gonna try and be all fancy schmancy, but and it does have. I didn't even notice before, but you can see there's little teeny tabs, and there's grooves molded into the arm, into the wrist gauntlet. So, oh yeah, that's right. You have to take the this off. Yeah, I forgot about that. See, it's a little stretchy now. Gives you that that give to get it over the hand. That's what you want to do. And it would help if I put it on the right side. But I mean, that actually helps with keeping it attached to the arm. So there, instead of like having the weird machine gun fingers, it just has an attachment, which of course it keeps attaching with the shield with gatling gun combo. This is amazing. I know people love it. I love it. It's just so cool looking. And you can like detach the shield, but you have to like unpeg these this part here, this bracket and this bracket, and there's little holes left in the shield here, so I just keep it like that. But you can take it off if you want. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of pegging it into the top of the, well, there, I'm done. That's how easy it is. Very simple. And even though this is kind of chunky, you can see the wrist is kind of, or the bicep is kind of losing. It can hold it. Once again, screws, I think there's screws in the elbow, so that definitely helps. But of course, like I said, it's a little loose there. Nowadays, I would probably like click into place. Like there might be, and to keep this thing from having a problem with this weapon, they probably have like a keying system to like make sure everything's locked pretty nicely into the arms. Even the high grade, which is over 10 years old, has a little peg that kind of locks the shoulder into the right place. So if you want to have the arm raised up, you don't have to worry about the weight keeping it down. But yeah, see that in certain positions it can still hold. It's just it's a heavy accessory. Speaking of accessories, you still have, they call it a heat rod. I don't remember heating up in the OVA. Maybe he just didn't feel like it. I don't know. But you see, it has a little round tab in the handle, but the hand has a rectangular hole. I'm assuming these are for something else, and they just use the same hand. And I don't even know if it needed a peg, because this is actually a pretty nice snug fit. It does help, I guess, so it doesn't wobble around all over the place, but yeah, I don't even know if it really needed it. So, come on, Bandai, we need a Master Grade 2.0. Like, look at the Master Grade 2.0 normal Gouf. It's pretty awesome too. Like, even though it's a little weirder looking, the design I think they went with the 2.0 is really good, and I can just imagine what they could do with the Gouf Custom to make it so amazing. I hope they do it soon. I'd love to see it.